sometimes in life you just have to take that L. You just have to take that L. I am well known and well versed as a supreme hater of your main man, Pep Guardiola. But if I'm going to be real, if I'm going to be fully real with you guys right now, because this is what it's about. This is about being real in the football hut. Guardiola laid down a tactical baptism of Mourinho. I mean, I've got plenty, but just to lead up to an intro, Mourinho can't complain about anything because he was take stuff about the ref, but my boy, he's my guy, he's my main man, but there's sometimes when you just have to accept that you were beaten by a better coach. You were outthought, you were out-masterminded by a guy who just tactically set up much better than you. So you go into this game. City, obviously, they didn't have their main man. They didn't have their main man with them, Aguero. So, which is why I thought that United would be on the front foot. They would try to attack them, and they would possibly either head us a victory, or maybe it will go 1-1. But I thought United would be in that advantage. But you look at United's lineup, and already you're like, Mourinho, are you overthinking? Because first of all, let me just go down the list of the things. So I'm going to go for United and I'm going for City just based off what they did. So for United, my first thing is Rooney. Look, guys, you're in for a long haul here. So we've got Rooney up in here now. Rooney's crap. And again, for me, he was the worst player on the pitch. A lot of guys in United, they didn't do that well. But Rooney, I'm thinking that this guy, he's passing. Because there were times that United were in good attacking positions. You cannot afford to give the ball away, especially when you're playing such a crucial role, being the man sitting in the hole. If you're attacking, you're on a counter, you have to make that right pass. You've got to make that right cross. The amount of times his cross was blocked, the amount of times he had a weak shot, the amount of times he had a poor choice of pass or the pass was executed badly was too numerous in good attacking positions. So again, Rooney, very bad. Mourinho, you have to start with Rashford, because the thing about this is that to beat Pep's teams, it's about counter-attacking, direct, in 2-3 moves, and you have to have guys who are speedy, who can do that. Because in those first 20 minutes, it was back, and the United had a lot of counter-attacks, but the Lingard and Mkhitaryan, who was still coming off an injury, were not really suited to try and have that transitional play. Because again, I'll go to another point why Mkhitaryan and Lingard were not suited to this and why they were ineffective for what United were trying to do. Other than lack of speed in transition. For United, it was too static, too slow, and they allowed City's pressing game to be able to get up on the man with the ball with United and just dispossess them and hit them hard on the counter, and which is why United were just in a chokehold. And that's why I was saying counter is key. Ball to feet and not to space. This was one of the key drawbacks of what United were doing. Because again, when people are pressing up against you, you have to have through balls. You have to give the ball to space. Obviously, keeping possession of the ball is key. But what the issue that United were running into was that you're giving the ball with a man to feet, who is now backed up against a City defender. So, because as soon as he receives the ball, he's got a City player going up against him, body to body, and another guy always to try and press him down. So there was no space to do anything. So at the time that they would turn and do something, they got dispossessed. And that was just one of the key things that made it hard for United to roll. But let's look at what City did. De Bruyne balled. I'm going to get to Kelechi. Relax. I'm leaving Kelechi to last story. I have him cycled here. So look, I'm going to give him his dues. But De Bruyne balled. I believe him and Fernandinho were two of the most effective players for City. For De Bruyne, the way that he, forget about the goal. The goal was good. Again, bad for Blaine, but very good thinking from De Bruyne. The way he stretched the play, the way he moved it on the inside. Every single City attack, De Bruyne was always involved in it, and he was always positioned in the right place. Either he was positioned out wide to get the ball, or he would come in on the inside, play the 1-2. He used the space to perfection. Every time he found an area to exploit United, he exploited them, and it was like literally a dagger through the soul of United. Fernandinho, he had Pogba for lunch and dinner, and maybe brunch as well. He was a beast in there because he tackled, he hustled, he pressed, but also as well with recycling the ball and going over and attacking United, which was what Pep's tactic was. Fernandinho ruled the midfield, and as I told you, if you win the midfield, you're close to winning. So if you win the battle of the midfield, goes a long way to winning the war of a football match. And Fernandinho was the king of the midfield. I'm sorry, he got the better of Pogba, because I just think that he was tackling, passing, dominating, hustling, ever present. Fernandinho won it over Labile. So yeah, again, pressing and hustling. I think, look, this, you know what Pep will do? He's been doing this since Barcelona. Press the ball, harass the opposition, and get at them. But I think what the thing about this was that, there was less possession, and I think Pep's tactics have evolved. Because City, it wasn't a case of like, okay, so we're not going to keep possession of the ball and just cautiously try to find and exploit them. It was like, no, we're going to find the goal. And I was surprised by how positive and how offensive City were. And I think that how offensive City were caught Mourinho on our ways. Because I think Mourinho assumed that without Aguero, Pep would say, keep the ball, let's be patient, let's see what happens. But I don't think he didn't really feel that they would press with so much energy and they would be moving forward so much and literally from the very first place try and get the goal. And it was risky because that left them open to the counter-attack, but because of Mourinho's poor choice of players, the counter-attack never hurt City and they were able to tactically shut it down with the help of Fernandinho, Fernando, and all those defensive boys. Yeah, gave United no space to breathe and everything. Let's talk about Kelechi. I don't want to hear anybody mention Rashford again. Please. Please. Kelechi is the best young player in the world. 19. What were you doing when you were 19? I know what I was doing. I'm not going to reveal it right now. He's 19. Big game. I didn't think he was ready. I did not think Kelechi Iheanacho. I didn't think Kelechi promised Iheanacho. The reason why his middle name is Promise, because he will take you to the promised land. I didn't think he was ready. Huge game, big game. Right place, right time, execution. I think it was Brian Blade who was actually playing him on side, but that's a striker's goal. And you're looking at this guy's record. Pep played this, but because what Kelechi has done is amazing. This was a guy who was brought in, very young guy, and he was third striker. Kelechi, this young boy, this small picking, he ran Bony. He took Bony to Stoke. Stoke are bottom of the Premiership. So Kelechi told Bony, make una pack load, go play for Stoke that go be bottom for league. Make una finish. So I'm very happy, overjoyed, ecstatic, and under Pep, hopefully Kelechi will improve as a player, because you know what? Again, I have my beef about Pep, but I think Pep as a coach, he improves players. That's one thing that he does, as in a lot of Iniesta's improvements is really thanks to what Pep did to him. So very exciting to see how Kelechi can develop under Pep. I think it's just so amazing that he didn't get loaned out. That Pep looked at him and said, no, this guy at 19, I trust him. And by scoring in a match this well and playing his tactical role to perfection in Aguero's absence, oh my God, I'm so excited. Because this means that hopefully this guy can be used in the Champions League and who knows what he can do this season. But guys, I remind you, he is 19 years old. The guy is still a teenager. Overall, psychologically, this is huge for City. It's early in the league. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. But it's huge. It's like on a psychological tip. This is impressive from City in what they're doing, because away from home, no star striker to play so well. Because look, man, let me bring in Ibrahimovic. That was a good goal. And I'll mention Ibrahimovic, very good goal in the first half. I'll mention Bravo. Bravo was at fault. How ironic is it? This whole Gladio Bravo blah blah, he was at fault. And second half, Mourinho may have a point of him fouling Rooney, because Bravo maybe was first game. Because remember, in Bravo's the defense. First game for your new club and you're playing in a game like that. Yes, you're the captain of Chile and everything, but whatever experience you have, it's a pretty crazy debut game to have. So I think that the nervousness got to him, but definitely for that Ibrahimovic goal, which was a great finish by Ibrahimovic, he still had to execute that finish. Bravo was at 100%. But overall, second half United came back, but first half City were too good. And I mean, I was shocked. I was just shocked by how well Pep did tactically, strategically. Look, man, I'm a tactics nut. I've been football tactics. That's all I think about since I was young. And I was looking at that thing and I was like, yeah, man, Mourinho, man, you have it wrong. And so, and at first I was like, look, like how the players were positioned, defense, midfield, attack, balances of everything, it just favored City. Pep just got everything right. And Mourinho, you've got to have a better ploy and a better plan for Pep. And I think Mourinho does, because Mourinho is a counter-attacking wizard. So that's why I was surprised and shocked that you didn't have a proper counter-attacking plan of exploiting Pep when you had the ball. Because you had the ball and you had counter-attacking situations. But again, it goes back to the point I made. Rooney shouldn't spin the pitch. Rooney should not be on that pitch. He's not good enough. The guy's crap. But yeah, man, City, well done. But final words I've got to say, man, Kelechi, man, I just pray. I pray. Please let him improve. Please let this be the next World Player of the Year. Please let him be the next Ballon d'Or winner. Please let him take Super Eagles into another golden generation. Look, I've suffered too much. I've suffered. Okay, with the wretched people like that's Mumu Olodo, like called Yakub, who's an open goal. So please let Kelechi be the leading shining light of a future of Nigerian football, because I've suffered too much. Guys, I've suffered. Now it's time to tune into the best podcast in our galaxy. I checked. It is the best podcast in the galaxy. It's Talking Tactics. You can head to the main website and click on the icon at the top that will take you into the Talking Tactics podcast, which you can find on SoundCloud and on the iTunes iStore. I don't have an iPhone, so I don't know about the iTunes store. So that's where you can catch us. Remember to like the podcast, to retweet it, to share it. And we always record it every Monday and we put it out every Tuesday. So follow us on Twitter as well to get in your questions, so we can answer your questions as well for it. Bada bing bang. Follow that damn Talking Tactics, Bet podcast with your man Double H on your boy Daniel Tillock. Peace.